The
right?
attacks occurred in the north,
Wow.
in the village, and in the south.
House after house, victim after victim, a rampage tore through.
So we had attacks all across the map here, and this is a large area.
Stealing lives, upending others.
Lana was a beautiful person. She was so friendly and kind and loving.
Chief Robert Head of Peter Chapman First Nation, one of 3 bands that make up James Smith Cree Nation, lost his cousin Lana and her partner Christian.
He did everything in the community. He was involved in all of our sports days, and he was involved in our powwows.
With such immense loss, life struggles to find its balance. Together, they leave behind 10 children.
I'm really hurting to see my grandchildren without a mother now.
But in this tight-knit community, a resolve they must come together to carry on.
My heart hurts today. You know, I was angry. But forgiveness, I have to forgive.
Even if the pain adds yet another layer of trauma.
When I heard about it, I was driving and I had to stop, you know.
Though there are few answers, this former Truth and Reconciliation Commissioner sees a link to residential schools, a legacy of trauma that pierces through generations.
If their parents didn't go and they were impacted directly as children, there's still that intergenerational trauma after for those that didn't go.
Upwards of 80% of us have relatives that are from Indian residential school experiences.
With so few options, Chief Head says people look for ways to numb the pain.
Nowadays, alcohol is not alone. The one drug that has sort of rose up above all others is that crystal meth. Like, that drug is very, very dangerous. I can't believe how fast it creeped into our First Nations, and it took control of all of our young people that have tried it.
More than anything, he says, the community needs to pull together for their young people.
So how does the community heal from this?
Well, the First Nations, we follow our cultural ways first and foremost, so our sweat lodges and our healing circles and our elders.
He's also appealing to the provincial and federal governments for funding to build a healing center for long-term trauma.
Because this is unprecedented. This is like the worst tragedy in First Nations country all across Canada.
A community forever changed by a tragedy its members are determined to overcome.
So, Olivia, your visit to James Smith Cree Nation came at kind of a critical time after the manhunt was over, after the other media had left. What was it like?
Well, Adrienne, it was quiet. Hardly any kids playing outside. Families really only leaving their homes to do errands or attend wakes and funerals at the school. And I also noticed a community-led security team making the rounds on the streets, patrolling day and night. And let's remember that these attacks that occurred in James Smith Cree Nation, they happened in the early hours of the morning before sunrise, even before some people were awake. And that feeling of not being able to be safe in your own home, in your own bedroom, cannot be shaken off easily. But Adrienne, everyone we spoke to in the community says that they want to support each other and work together to overcome this.
All right, thank you for this. Olivia Stefanovic in Ottawa tonight.